Why is it that people don't believe that you can change for the better, but they easily believe that you change for the worse? But it's so hard for them to believe that you change for the better. Why is that? Why is that? I was just watching this video on YouTube by this reader. Her name is Jadina. I hope I'm saying it right. But um, and she was talking about change, and it's so funny because earlier today I posted a video about people not the only people that the only ones who don't believe that people can change are the people that aren't changing. And actually that message came to me earlier, like literally earlier this morning. I was just laying in the bed and that message came to me, and I'm like, I recorded it, and then I was like, because it felt like something that needed to be said. Like it was like it was a download. It was a download, and then it was just like sitting on my chest for me to say. And today I've seen several videos about that same thing, like change. And so I was watching her video, and she's speaking about change, and she's being very vulnerable about things that she's gone through. And it naturally had me reflecting on things that I've experienced as well, and just how much I've actually changed, like internally, the changes that I've gone through, that I've experienced. And she was speaking about how people like to place you in that box or keep you in that same box where they found you. And it's so true. Like when maybe you've been a certain way and you change for the better, it's so hard for people to actually believe that you have changed for the better. But if you've been a certain way and you've changed for the worse, oh, that's the easiest thing. That's the easiest thing for them to believe. But the thing is, when, because anybody can say they changed, but do their actions reflect that they are changing? Are their actions aligning with the words? I've spoken about this before. Are their actions and their words aligning? Because people saying that they want to change, that's the same thing as people saying, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight, but you're not sticking to the diet. That's the same thing. I want to change, but then you're not making the changes, or you're not sticking to the changes that you say you want to make. It's the same thing. But when you stick to it, but see, sometimes when you're changing, of course, no, I don't even mean to say sometimes, but when you are changing on an internal level, people may not be able to see that. Because although for you, it's major changes, but maybe things have not come out to be displayed physically yet, if that makes sense. So when you're doing internal work, people are not going to see that right away. When you start losing weight, when you're losing inches, you might be feeling it in your clothes, but people may not see you losing inches right away. But when that big difference comes, when you done lost about 20 pounds, 30 pounds, that's when they really start seeing the results. So when you're doing the internal work, naturally your external environment is going to begin to catch up. But you may not be able to see it at first until that 20, 30 pounds is gone. And then you like, yo, how did this change just happen like that quick? And the whole time it haven't been quick. It's been gradually. The whole time it's been gradually. But when the change is finally visible, it almost looks as if it just happened overnight. Think about if you, like, you know, people that hadn't seen me in a long time. After I had the gastric sleeve and I had lost weight, you know, some people were seeing me and they weren't recognizing me. But, you know, if you're seeing me every day, it may not, you know, it doesn't have the same effect. It doesn't have the same effect. But that's what the video that I was watching, that's what it made me think about, is, you know, how it's just, it can be so hard to try to get yourself out of a box that people have placed you in, or that you've just placed yourself in. It can be hard to be seen in a different light, or to be seen in a different light, or to be removed from that box. Shit, in some people's eyes, you may never be removed from the damn box. But shit, as long as you remove yourself from the box, baby, that's all that matters. As long as you remove yourself from the box. Unlock that bitch. Remove yourself from the motherfucking box, okay? Because you are the only person that can keep yourself in a box. Anybody else's perception is their perception. But once you take yourself out of the box, once you realize that you hold the key to unlock that bitch, can't nobody put you back in that box, baby. Because you are the master. Self-mastery. 757 on the timer. Oh, child, my time running out. Storage is running low, so I got to go. And that was just rhyming, and I wasn't even trying. See you later, girl. Bye.